Slide 2, percent of sales, is the relation to the customer. If the customer is shopping more in a category that has a low price point, then the category will take up a larger percent of the total shop. So what that means is that every brand and line in the store is a percent of everything that is in the store. It takes up a percent of the shelves or the tables, and that directly correlates to the percent that is being shopped by the customer. Customer feedback creates new products to boost different categories, but typically you will always want your higher priced category to take up a larger percent of the shop that is being shopped. Now that means that you want the customer to be shopping the higher end products because that will help the viability of your store. Now you can determine the percent of shop by looking at the totals, the aggregate totals of everything that the store has been shopped in, and then figuring out how much of each category has been shopped, and then what percent of everything that is. Now, slide 3 takes us into marketing, and that's really where the next step was going, is test markets being established, because if the percent of shop is showing that one category is doing very weak, doing very poor, then the company needs to reevaluate the viability of that line and that category to see whether or not it is still worth making, or if a simple revamp could generate more money and a lower cost to the company. So a few things that happen are test markets are established. A lot of companies will go with test markets that are in larger, more urbanized areas. A lot of cities are preferable, and this is due to the fact that there is a large population and a diverse group of shoppers that will be coming through the doors, which creates a larger data sample without having to have a lot of test markets, which keeps costs low for the company. And larger data samples create more accurate insight into how the product will perform, because you're getting a very diverse group of people. So if you are testing it in Chicago or LA or New York City, you're getting a great diverse group of people, which you can easily correlate and translate to places such as Tilton, New Hampshire, or Wyoming, or lower traffic areas in comparison to those higher traffic areas. Now, an analytics team processes all of this information, so they're constantly sitting there seeing which tests are going well, which tests aren't going well, and then figuring out why they're not going well. The marketing team works closely to test different marketing on this product in smaller focus groups to determine the highest appeal for each marketing approach. So the marketing team also works closely with the analytics team. At first, the marketing team will start with just making a few different approaches towards this product that they're going after, and then testing it in smaller focus groups to see which one had the highest appeal. Then they might take, for instance, the top 3 best, and then try those 3 again after tweaking each one, depending on the feedback that they received. Once they've received that feedback from that second test market, they work with the analytics team to put this on a bigger scale, because they've chosen the number 1, and create those focus groups, and then they read the analytics that come in, read how well that product is doing, read whether or not they made the right choice depending on if it is being shopped at the percentage that they would like. They also do a lot with price variance. They see what price is best because you want a price that is going to have the largest profit margin with the highest desirability, but with the lowest cost to the company. And that has a lot to do with the appeal of the marketing and the appeal of the general product on its own. So that kind of takes us to the next slide, which is the wonderful world of marketing. Now, the marketing tests that they do aren't just on product, but are also on in-store marketing, because in-store marketing is extremely important. A lot of industry people call it the silent sellers, because it is the signage that is up, it is the appealing photos of the faces having fun in the brand new clothing if you're in a clothing store, or the allure of a certain candle maybe. So marketing tests are also run on in-store marketing before they release new marketing. Now these marketing tests aren't as extensive because they read previous marketing in order to kind of guide them along with current trends, because new marketing is constantly having to be sent out into stores, so they don't have the year-long process just to come up with a 1 month theme in the store. But several different types of marketing are tested, but as I said, they're based on previous marketing decisions and customer trends to determine marketing that will generate the most traffic for a store. Good marketing will draw the most people in, and the traffic is processed through a shopper tracking service, which is called a shopper track. A shopper track just counts how many people come in the store and how many people come out of the store, and influences something else that we'll be talking about later,